Imagine yourself at 14 years old and imagine a woman and she's your girlfriend. The problem is that's an online relationship and you only met her once and that was still awkward, but like that was the first and the last time that you actually met her, and then as time went on you eventually broke up. Oof, that don't sound too good, does it? Well, it doesn't. And I don't have to imagine that because that was my life at once. um do not ask me how it happened. Well, I know how it happened. Obviously, it's my life, but it's not as interesting as you think. Here's the thing: that whole summer, well, uh, that rest of the spring when I broke up, and that summer I spent at home. I didn't do shit, and by that I mean literally just sitting at home, maybe sometimes going outside to shoot some hoops, but not that much even. So I was just up, scrolling, eat, scrolling, and I just did that for months. Sometimes I would hop on a game or something, but eventually that just stopped being interesting because I got so bored. But everything changed in late August, September, right? I got into self improvement. Yes, I was watching those corny ass self improvement videos on YouTube and TikTok. Say whatever you want. That should help me. That should save me. But this video is not really about that. Um, I could go more into more detail about that, but this is something else. You see, we can call that period the beginning of my training. Quite literally, since I started to go to the gym. Obviously, I fucked around for the first year or so since I was brand new, but it was something. Now, imagine a woman again who's in your class you really like, and she's like the female version of you. That's if you're a man watching this. She's no, she's cute, all of that, smart, unlike you, since she's studied this and you don't, and you just become really good friends. The problem is, a while after, well, I was friends with her even earlier, but that's another thing. That part doesn't really matter much. But 2023 was when I was like, okay, I am doing only my own self improvement, my own rules, my own stage, my own effort. And when I stopped, uh, forcing myself to do things that I just really don't want to do, I was happier than ever. But that did not last long because I grew to like her even more. And I'll still say this with confidence that I know There was a period of time where she liked me as well, and yes, in that way. But I never made a move. Should I have? Maybe. But I knew that my mental health and the way I act in the real life, uh, compared to over the phone and something like that, I just could not keep her. I just could not be able to take proper care of her since I'm struggling with even handling myself. And, you know, winter, spring, summer. Now, summer was hell. There was a time where I had suicidal thoughts again because I just didn't feel happy. I hated how I looked. I hated what I did. I was bored as fuck. Every day felt the exact same, no improvement. And I was just a big nuisance. I didn't know where to go with my life at all, and I, I felt like I wasn't making much progress at all in any area. I didn't know if I was getting properly stronger in the gym. I wasn't not getting stronger mentally and emotionally. I also just didn't do fuck else, like really. Now, when September hit, that was the peak of it all. I was the most depressed I've ever been, and here's why. What happened was we got the list of people in classes for 11th grade. So that's also when we had to, uh, choose which subjects we keep or which ones we throw out. That's kind of its own thing, but it's important to mention. And what that new list did was show that we had two newcomers. Well, one of them was a woman who I've seen before. She's the daughter of my mom's friend once upon a time. Um, but the other one was a guy. Now, I'm not trying to shame him or like hate on him, but like I was more jacked. His voice was soft as fuck. He looked like a guy who don't really look like a guy. Well, no, he does, but he's definitely in the bottom 5 guys you would meet in terms of how masculine he is, and the catch was that my friend, so she and him used to go to a kindergarten. Yeah, it's been a while. So now he's in our class, and well, obviously, they start talking. Now, let me remind you, there's nothing serious between us, but you could tell I was jealous. And I mean, you know those 7 deadly sins? Dude, every day, not only that I have been fighting against lust for years, now I had crazy envy. I had fucking wrath. Like, I was just so pissed off. I was sitting in class, crashing the fuck out. I couldn't focus on anything, dude. And I mean anything. Like, I just wanted to let it out on someone, and I just wouldn't regret it. That's how September felt. I actually talked to my mom about it, since I just couldn't even hide it anymore. She would pick me up from school, and I was just dead inside every fucking time. And even when I get home, I just can't hold it. I was crying. I was hitting the wall. I was just out of it. Okay, like, I liked her, and I know that it's also my fault why our friendship has been falling apart, since I'm so unstable. You know, like, when people don't have control over their own life, they will try to seek it on others. So since I was not in control of my life, obviously, if I since I like her a lot, I would want to have control over at least some of their life, which is just a bad thing. It's toxic. Like, do not do that to people. It's gonna ruin you and them. So, like I said, September was peak hell. Since I talked to my mom, you know, she and dad has been kind of in that spiritual, psychological thing on their lives, where they journal, they meditate, they talk, they, you know, do those things that some adults do. We have others who try to find mindfulness and all of that shit. Blah blah blah. So she knew someone who I could talk to, and okay, I went there twice, talked about something, did this and that. That didn't really help. I mean, it helped to get it off my chest a bit, but not like as in actually helping, right? But I don't remember which day it was, but I woke up and something snapped. And then something snapped. Something inside of me. I didn't care anymore. I didn't care about being better than Kakarot. You know, like, imagine a switch and you just flick it. Just everything changed. I was so sick of letting my depressed mind control everything I do, every action I do, every thought I have, every dream I have, every fucking feeling I have. I was so done of not having control, and something at some point just switched completely. Around that time, I was discovering SoundCloud and those, you know, gym audios where David Goggins, Tom Platz, fucking yell at you like, more, harder, you don't know me, son, you know. And David Goggins was a big part of it, because I knew that I needed to do something. And what I want to say so many things all at once. Dude, I did this 500 push-ups every single day. It doesn't matter if they're flat, incline, whatever. And some form of running and cardio. It didn't matter if I was sore. Didn't matter if it was raining, if it was hot or cold. I would go and I would do it. And you know what? And I did both things for like 3 weeks or so. Eventually I stopped since I knew that, look, so this time I knew that if I get fucked up again, I could just go back to doing that and my mind would listen. But here's the thing, the whole process was insane. The first 3 or 5 days were the craziest things ever. I was crying during almost every run. I would run for like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes straight. I would just uh, uh, hold it in. I would sprint also. I was sobbing, bro. I was spamming those 500 push-ups in more sets, in less sets, wide grip, close grip, normal grip. That didn't matter. The first few days, my chest and triceps and shoulders were sore as fuck. I didn't care. I pushed it through. Like, I did everything I could to make sure that my mind suffers. That I would no longer suffer, but it would, because it has brought me to hell and back so many times. I got so tired of it. Think of it as just going Super Saiyan. If you have ever watched or even seen a clip of Dragon Ball Z, where Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time, that was basically me. Look, Super Saiyan is not just becoming, like, achieving something that would make you super strong. It's basically everything you went through, everything you are going through right now. There's everything you worked for, all at once. Fucking pressed into one thing, and it just snaps, just explodes, and you just break through all these doubts, all these negative thoughts, all these limits that you and some other people set on you, completely shattered, and you just ascend. You dude, since then I was never the same. I will make another video of what happened next, but for now just focus on this. How quickly everything switched for me. I started to just not give a fuck. Now look, what happened with her? Well, I don't know why, but she still got me something for my birthday in October. But that was also the same day where it was officially over. Because she wasn't even really replying to me. Like, she was purposely ignoring at some points, which I do not blame her completely for, since, you know, I was an asshole for a while. I was unstable. I was just a horrible friend. But that was it. Did it ruin my birthday? In general, you could say yes, but like, that wasn't even enjoyable at all. I'm gonna be honest. That birthday fucking sucked. I mean, I didn't plan anything for it anyway, but like, whatever. That was the end of it, and it took me a few months to get over her. That's true, but I finally had some control over me. I realized that every struggle that I have, I can push through physically. And the whole time I had the headphones on. So you might think that I was just distracting myself with music, but for me that doesn't work. Since if I do something hard physically, it's fucking hard, and I mean hard. Um, I was listening to SoundCloud audios where, like I said, Tom Platz, David Goggins, and others just yell at you and say some real shit. But yeah, that's how it went. That's how I went Super Saiyan for the first time. So yeah, see you next time.